There you go. Now you should be able to do it.
Sweet. All right. Okay, so let's share again. So with that said, let's introduce ourselves. And if you have a funny joke or something cool that you did for Christmas, share it with us real quick. How about you, Phil?
Yeah, well, I'm Phil Ermer, and for Christmas, we at least briefly saw all three of my kids. So that was totally awesome. Kind of made Christmas what we really want.
Nice. And Matthew?
Yes, I'm Cubmaster with Pack 334, also Assistant Scoutmaster with Troop 334. And I never get to cook for Christmas because we're always somewhere else and they don't ask me to cook. So I got to cook some wonderful Scandinavian food for my family for several days. It was really fun. And yeah, it was
Nice.
really good food. So
sounds good. Next time we'll have you cook for all of us sometime, right?
hey, all right.
Okay, Brian, how about you?
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Brian Stroup. I'm the Cubmaster for Pack 170. We're in Corvallis. And for me, a joke, what did one snowman say to the other? What did one snowman say to the other?
Ooh.
What?
Do you smell carrots?
Nice. Okay, Anders, you're up.
I'm Anders Carlson, Pack 325, also in Corvallis. And we did a lot of skiing for Christmas this year, so it was good.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Cold.
Where'd you go?
Oh, we just have at Meadows for many days.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you, Amy?
I'm Amy. I'm Master for Pack 240 out of Newport, and I was able to see all four of my kids at Christmas and my granddaughters.
Nice. Hey, Mark.
Mark, Cubmaster 170 out of Corvallis, and yeah, usually we go to the relatives for Christmas. So we had my parents one day, my wife's parents the other day, and I got to cook for 3 days straight. It was fun.
Oh, nice.
All right.
And Paul, how about you?
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm the new Cubmaster for Pack 413 again. I was the Cubmaster 4 years ago, 5 years ago for 4 years, and then I was the committee chair for our troop 282. I volunteered to sit in for a year to be a Cubmaster again for 413. Christmas, I made a turkey. Went skiing one day at Willamette Pass.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Skip, we're introducing ourselves and we're saying something that we did we're doing an icebreaker. We're saying something about what you did over Christmas or telling a joke or skit or whatever.
All right.
So you're up.
Oh, am I up? Am I muted? Am I working?
Yeah, you're working.
Okay. Hi, my name is Skip Harubi. I'm the Cubmaster of Pack 27. We meet in the Fairfield Gymnasium when we're doing non-COVID activities. What I guess we did over Christmas was a whole lot of family time. Did some Cub Scouting planning, and that's about it.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, you guys all know that an icebreaker is a great way to get everybody chit-chatting and getting to know each other. And I told last meeting that I had a really great experience with my foster son at our pack. He was very nervous to go in there, and getting your son or daughter to go up to a new member, a scout is really great. And this young man brought him in. And he hasn't stopped going since. So now you see we can, and I moved up too, I don't know. Anyway, so, and all because of that greeting, I saw what a great pack it was. So we'll just keep moving on now then. Hey, everybody, here is time now to do interaction. So in one of our things, you can either stand up or sit right there and pretend to pry a spatula under your pancakes. Then you're going to throw it in the air and let it go up and down. And then say, wow.
Wow.
I know. Okay, so I'm still working on my cheers and my skit. So you guys have to help me out here, okay? All right, now we're gonna firecracker cheer. You ready? Okay, we can all stand up or whatever if you want. And with one hand, we're gonna pretend to get a match out. And we're gonna imaginary match that, light it. And we're gonna light the firecracker. And we're gonna throw it on the ground and dance around and clapping your hands really loud like a firecracker. Okay, I'm still working on it. Okay, so now to the business here. And a lot of and every one of these, I try to keep them consistent because if I have new people come in, I like to show you where I get my meeting information from, and it's right off the website. They are laid out plans to run the most efficient PAC meeting that you can. So for instance, this one, hopefully it'll let me go to the website. So this one is December, and I did two. I had to do kind and obedient together. So you'll see slides for both, and you'll see where I combine both of them together. And it gives you, so sorry, my cat decided to join us. So you can see here, it just gives you a great, I'm just gonna, well, maybe. All laid out plans do not last very long. Okay, so it just gives you skits and songs that you can go over and how to run the meeting and so forth. So you can get all of these online. I have this little window here that is driving me crazy. There we go. So let's go back to our thing. So for kind and for any other of these, you always want to, for Zoom, you can have your pledge and your scout oath and your scout law done like this. And it also just tells you, like, before the meeting, you want to have all these things displayed or laid out, whether it's up on a screen or on poster board or however you want it. And then, like, if there's any other skits or whatever, you want those words displayed so the kids can do it. Or let's say if you have a den presenting something like a skit, you want that den to have their supplies and stuff. And so you want to have all this ready for them. So the next one, okay, this comes to our delightful little card. So I'd like for you guys to show me your card, and then I'm going to tell you what you would do with this card at a meeting. So I can't really read them all, so you guys share them with me if you don't mind. Matthew, you can go first.
Okay, mine says, thanks for helping us recharter, you rock.
Nice. Mine says again, you make me smile. Brian?
Mine says, you make me laugh.
Nice. Phil?
You are awesome.
Nice. And Anders?
Yabba dabba doo.
Awesome. Amy?
You are awesome.
Great. Mark?
You helped me laugh.
Sweet. And Paul?
Jane, stop this crazy thing.
And Skip?
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here, so help
Oh,
me.
you joined a little late. Okay,
Okay.
so you don't have to do anything. I'll just tell you what these are for. So in the meeting for kind, at the end, you do these cards that I show you are sample kindness cards. So I did this meeting in person when we did our roundtable for the district, and I actually attached Tootsie Rolls to them. And then what you do is you give them out to different scouts. You have them go around and they hand them out. And then there's a piece of form at the bottom here. You can see kindness cards right here. It says kindness cards given to me. So they would get some as well. And they can write down who they got their kindness cards from.
Okay.
So that's a part of that one. And then the move it forward game, I'm just going to leave it here. I'm not going to read it because it's just too much information. I just put it here kind of to show you guys what they do. And apparently we do a lot with noodles in the Cub Scouts, pool noodles. So I'm hearing that we should, if you see them, buy them, because apparently they're in everything or in lots of meetings, which is great. So we'll just keep going. So this one, the same thing. This is for the meeting for obedient. So for obedient, we needed props because we're going to have an opening ceremony that has 12 scout part in it. And again, here is where I found the the information for this one, but I'm not going to open it right now because it's too much. And then they do a skit where they create a city council, and they come up with their rules. They come up with, and by using the law and some other things they come up with, it's a great one to have them do. Okay, and so back to kind. Here we are, paying kindness forward. Who would like to read this or give a demonstration of how you would pay it forward to someone and where you think we're going with this slide? You guys are adults. Just throw out something. How could you be kind? How could we teach the kids to be kind, the scouts?
Well, you could bring the snacks for the meeting.
Yeah. Everybody needs those.
Right? Yeah.
Help clean up after the meeting.
Yes, everybody needs that.
Right. So if we're out and about, we want them to be kind. How can we teach them to be kind?
So
Open the door.
Yeah,
opening doors, huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like teaching them too that elderly people or, may need a little extra help, and how can we help them, whether it's carrying their groceries or, something like that. That's kind of what I like to. In this one, of course, we're paying it forward is initially the thing, and that came from a movie. So you guys will see some slides in here that kind of help the kids to pay it forward in a sense. So I have 3 quick pictures on here, and I would like 3 volunteers to just read them to me, because I thought that these are the ones that spoke to me that are so easy to teach the kids. So who would like to read one for me? Do things for people could be the first one. Okay, Brian.
Do things for people, not because of who they are or what they do in return, but because of who you are.
Nice. So
No
that's
active-
important, because I think the kids are sometimes, they don't know the importance of doing it for another person. They're still thinking about, what am I going to get from this? Especially my little 10-year-old. He's like, what am I going to get for this, right? So I think that's a good one. Okay, who would like to do the next one?
I got it. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.
So true.
Yeah. So one of the examples of that, a couple times during the break, at the coffee stands and then at McDonald's, just paying it for, like, hey, here's $5 for the next person or whatever. So yeah.
You make somebody smile or make their day. And sometimes, even though it's like, $20 more than you planned, sometimes it's worth it, All right. And then, of course, the other one is just act of kindness. So who would like to give one more demonstration of that, and then we'll move on? You guys all good? All right, we'll move to the next one then. Okay, so this one is for Obedient. Their gathering game was to play red light, green light. Of course, we all know how to play that game, so I don't need to really read the rules. But this one is a little bit different, only because it says assign someone to be the first it. You guys can read this. We don't have to read it here. I'll just leave it here for a quick second. It's just, these are just showing you the gathering games that you would have for each one of these different pack meetings. So it's basically the same thing as playing red light, green light. So we can share this later. We'll just keep moving forward because I'd only have 30 minutes. Last time I ran out of time. So this is the opening ceremony. I put them side by side, kind and obedient. So the kind, you can see the skit that's here. So let's read this real quick. Okay, there's enough of us, there's 6 of us, and then everybody has a part. So Matthew, you can be Cub 1, Brian 2, Phil 3, Anders 4, Mark 5, and Cub Scout 6 can go to Paul.
Okay, paying forward kindness.
To our environment.
To the animals.
To each other.
Or in a simple act each day.
Make our world a better place.
It's the
It's the
scouting
way.
Okay, so Obedient was a pre-assigned den. They are gonna, this one was way too long to try to play with you guys. So you can have 16 scouts, or you can have 8 of them do 2 parts. And so what they suggested with this one was, because it's part of the law, I'll show you pictures, but in this one they had like to give each kid a part, and on the front would be a tongue dispenser thing, whatever you call those things, depressor things, whatever. Anyways, a popsicle stick, and you'd have obedient on there. And on the back of that, to help them to learn their lines, you would have their lines on there so they would remember what they were reading during the skit. So that one was pretty long there. But here is the opening prayer. We all know that it's different for everyone, but these are great because they have non-religious prayers in each one of these, and it's super awesome. So hey, Skip, would you mind reading kind? And Amy, would you mind reading obedient?
Sure. As our pack gathers together, let us remember to be kind to one another. Also, let us think of ways we can be kind to others once we leave this pack meeting. Be kind. Did it work?
May we be good citizens. May we be good citizens, obey our parents, our teachers, and the Scout law each day. Obedience.
So as you guys notice in my slides, I like to just put some pictures, and when you come back, I hope that you will come back to my other meetings. You'll see that sometimes they're a little more fun. Again, a lot of words is too much, so I hope that you guys find these a little more enlightening. So for both kind and obedient, during this part of the meeting, you would welcome any new members and visitors, and then you would thank them for coming. And then, or anybody that helped do the meetings as well. This one is just another generalized picture that I like to use. It doesn't have to look like this, but any DINs demonstrations would be, so for a Zoom call, how I would do this is any DINs that have completed any of their, gotten any of their little, I'm not prepared tonight. What do you guys call them again?
Awards.
Yes, thank you. They're awards. Or if they have anything to display, because like if they've done a car or if they've done any other crafts or whatever that they need to display and show someone, you would have this on Zoom. So when you come to a Zoom meeting, what you would do is you would be able to show those things in person to each in the DIN on the Zoom meeting. But if in person, you would have a table set up so they could display them. Let's see, and this one again, a lot of words, we won't go over it, but we could sing one of these, but I'm very bad at singing. So let's do kind, because it's the shorter version of everything. And it's if you're happy and you know it, you can pay it forward. Are you guys ready?
Sure.
All right. So this is what you'd be doing with your kids at the PAC meeting. Ready? If you're happy and you know it. So you can help it pay it forward. Yes, you.
Give it forward. Yes, you.
You can help and pay it forward. Yes.
Forward. Yes, yes, you.
You can make the day brighter.
Load my slide further. You can help pay it forward. Yes, you.
You can
open the doors for others. Yes, you.
You can help carry groceries.
Yes,
You.
Kind to everyone you need. You can help pay it forward. Yes, you.
Thanks, you guys. Yeah. Okay, and then the other one for obedient is Akila Says, and that's another Simon Says kind of game. So we will not participate in doing that one because it's pretty long. But in this part of your meeting, you would have your recognition for adventure, loops, and pins. So you again, Zoom meeting, you could have the kid, you could deliver these to the kids. If you're in person, you know, you have your ranks, and that's when they get them, when you have your rank advancements, which we'll get to that in a bit. So here we're talking about rank advancement for the kind, the lesson of kind, okay, for the PAC meeting for kind. So again, we talked about how we would have a poster board set up, markers, and we'd have all our materials. And this just shows you that if we get one of our kids to do something kind for 3 people, and then they do something for 3 people, this is a great challenge. I would actually like to challenge you guys before our next meeting to maybe do something kind for 3 people and then report back sometime, even in an email or something, just to let us know, because I think that's really cool. And we can teach our kids to do this as well. So do something kind for each other. And that's where the kindness cards could come in even. So when you're with your pack, you can have them either send it to a friend since we're not meeting, or if you're in person, you can take the kindness cards and give them in person.
So does the person on top get to take all the credit for it? Is it like a pyramid scheme?
Sure, why not? If you'd like. It's definitely a pyramid scheme of kindness.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
There's always one.
Always one.
Wendy, you got about 10 minutes.
Okay, let's go real quick. Okay, so this is the rank advancement for obedient. Obedient, this one you can see where you have to have a gavel, or you can use a mallet, because you're going to have the city council going at this one. And they have these proclamations in this one at the back, so that each kid can have their own proclamation, and you would have it filled out and then give it to the kid when you do their advancements. Super cool. They have one for each kid, whether it's a Bobcat, each level. So it's pretty neat. So Cubmaster Minute, of course, are 2 different ones. Normally, since I don't have a lot of time, I don't even remember I don't know what slide I'm on right now, but we would read these, or we would do something fun for these. But Cubmaster's Minute always different. But what it means is you want to bring the meeting together and kind of go over what you did that evening or whatever. Okay, and for closing. Okay, you guys. Closing for kind, again, was another skit. So you had to have all of your being kind is important. You'd have to have your scouts out again. And I would allow them to have their words if they didn't have them memorized, depending on how old they are. Have them on a postcard so that they could memorize their lines a little bit easier. And of course, we're choosing kindness. Obedience a bit longer, but this one is teaching them obey, brothers, each, duty, integrity, eager, never, and trained. And those are the letters of obedience. So of course, that would be another thing for another closing would be a skit in this case. So, now see, we had 10 minutes. How many minutes do I have left?
8.5.
8.5. Well, we're going to go back and read one of those. I'm just saying. But first, these were my closing slides. A scout is kind. Of course, Snoopy never goes bad. So, all right, troops, here's where we camp for the night. Each scout pitches his own tent, and then we all go to sleep right away. Just follow my example. They're being obedient anyways. Look how they're sleeping. Just saying. And the other one is, who wants to read it? Anybody? Read it for me. How about Randy, since he joined us?
Does everyone have their canteens filled? You can't go on a long hike like this without water. Always remember, water is our friend. Since I live on a farm, thanks, friend.
So I thought this was so fitting for the weather that we're having right now. So hopefully it dries up soon. Okay, so let's go back to one of these real quick. How about kind? And we'll read these 2, and I think it'll probably get to the end of our session probably. So how about Skip? Would you mind reading kind? And then Paul, would you mind reading obedient?
Sure. Acts of kindness that are helpful to our friends, our family, and our community create a wonderful domino effect. Those we help will think about what they can do to spread kindness to others. We can also do nice things for others every day, and we should not expect something in return. For we are trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. We are scouts.
Nice. And then Paul, would you?
Obedient. This month you have had a great adventure, but you have also learned about always doing your best and obeying the scout law. Rules and laws are important. Following the rules and laws help make our community a better place to live because there is order. I challenge each of you to do your best each day to make our community better by obeying not only the rules and laws of your home, school, and community, but by following the scout law each and every day. Remember, a scout is obedient.
So thank you guys for participating in all of these. I do have a quick question for you. Is there anything that you guys would like to know or have questions about either one of these meetings that you could hold as a pack meeting? Or do you have concerns just in your packs? Yes, Matt?
So one of the things we did for kindness for last year, maybe the year before, is we did made a bunch of Valentines for the grandmas and grandpas or the at the retirement center. So it's fun for the kids. They had a lot of fun. And then we didn't get to deliver them personally, but we got to hear about the smiles from all those grandmas and grandpas that were like, oh man, I got a Valentine's card, so yeah, just a simple way to do kindness.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
That's a really great idea.
And easy.
Yeah. And
yeah, we made ours, but you could also buy cards and sign them. But making them, the kids had so much fun doing a bunch of art and getting messy on the tables.
Yeah. I think that's a really good idea, especially in these times, because they can't see their loved ones, and doing something like that really matters and makes them smile. I saw a great article speaking of that, where one of the young men or women in scouting, maybe you guys had seen this, where they built a hugging booth where they could reach through and touch their loved ones. That was super awesome. What a great Eagle Scout project he had, or she. So how about anyone else? Does anyone else have any questions about any of these slides, or how it can help in another way?
Are you going to be able to make those slides available to us?
Yes, I usually share them in Google. And then I think that either Randy, I think actually Rob and Randy get together and then they make videos. Is that right, Randy? You're on mute. You are too on mute.
Jeez. Yeah, we typically try to post this stuff up on YouTube. We're a little behind on that level of technology, but yes, we're going to share the information. We've got a pretty good set of sessions this month.
But if you guys would like to, here, I can put it in chat. I'll put my email here. And then if you guys want the slides directly, I can share them through Google with you. Let's see. There you go. Okay. So, yeah, I can send them to you, no problem. Even if you, because they're just through Google Slides. I'm sending them now. Or WeTransfer too. So if you'd like them. I have others, Paul, too, other meetings that we've already done saved. If anything that I can help you with and you want to see any of the earlier ones or whatever, I'm willing to send them to you too.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So anybody else have any other questions or a fun game we can play or a silly joke to end the evening?
Come on, Skip.
No.
I got a snowman joke to go on the other snowman joke from earlier.
Yes.
I was just waiting for somebody to tell me to do it though. Do you guys know what kind of cereal snowmen like?
No.
They like snowflakes. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh goodness.
I thought it was Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, Frosted Flakes.
Oh, that can work too. You know, make up your own answers.
Right. So with your scouts at home this week, so my challenge would be to just have them to do, if you can, to do those cards for somebody, maybe a neighbor or something, if you guys feel up to it. I don't know how restrictive things are as far as going to neighbors or leaving it on the step or something. But that would be my challenge for this week, is to just show some kind of kindness to someone. So any other questions or requests? Let's see if I can share the Google right now.
Thanks so much, Wendy. You got less than a minute.
Oh yeah, thank you for telling me and keeping me on track. We can stay here. We can go back to the other break room a little early if you guys like. I'm kind of early. You're welcome, Phil.
Thank you.
I'm never early, so this is a surprise.
You did very well.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you,
This
Wendy.
is the first time I've been in a Cubmaster breakout ever,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed what you did tonight, and it looks like you put a lot into it. And I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And anytime, usually I send out an email ahead of time, and that gives you kind of some fun ideas. Like last week or last month, Anders was great and got his cowboy hat on with me, and there were like 4 of us, I think, but we made the best of it as much as we could. So, but thank you guys again for everything, and I'll see you at in the next breakout here.
Oh, everybody's
back.
all the cool folks.
All the cool kids are back. Awesome. Glad you're all back. Good to reminder to all of our presenters, we want to get all of these slide decks and the videos up on YouTube as soon as possible. So we want to make sure you get your recordings over to Rob as soon as you can, because we want these resources out to everybody, whether they're here or not. We want everybody to be able to have them. All right, right now we'd like to open it up. I'm not gonna open it up, but take a few times, see if we have any council announcements that need to go on. We'll start with our council commissioner, Claudette.